What's up, everybody? Welcome back to week 7 of the Uncomp Alpha YouTube video. Today we got a special guest with us. We got Ant here today. So
Yo, what's
obviously
up, guys?
we got a bit of a delay on the video. I know Loudy was a little bit upset about that one, but I hope Ant's surprise makes up for it. But
Hopefully.
per usual, I'm gonna start off with my power rankings. As you can see on the screen right now, these are gonna be mine, and I'm gonna start bottom up. So I'm gonna go to Sean's team first, and obviously this week we got the matchup of the shitters. We got Sean versus Damien. Neither team projected more than 141 points right now. We're gonna see if Mason Taylor can get more receptions versus Josh Reynolds, but that pretty much sums up both of these teams, which I have in my 11 and 10 spots. Right now, Sean just the overall lineup of his team just isn't looking good. Joe Mixon has no timetable to return. Joe Burrow obviously out for the year, a deadly blow off the rip to him. But I mean, Travion isn't performing. The flexes just really aren't there. I mean, outside of your depth, which is mid at best, I mean, it's going to be rough to avoid last place this year. And then moving over to the other side of that matchup, obviously you have Damien, who he's been more of hit with the injury bug, which at this point we have no idea what the case is with Brock Bowers. At least right now he's going to be out another week. Obviously his bye week is next week too, so you're not going to have him for 2 weeks minimum probably. I can't assume he plays this week. Trey Benson obviously going to be out until probably around week 11. Tyrone Tracy looking like he's not getting that job back from Scatabo. So, I mean, right now the depth of your team isn't there. You don't have Rico Dowdle, and Chuba Hubbard is slowly losing that role to him. I mean, he just put up historic numbers. You don't not play a guy like that, even though Chuba's coming back. So, I mean, both teams are looking rough right now, which is why I have them down in my 10 and 11 slots. Moving up to my 9, I'm going to have Matt. My reasoning for this is I just think, although he has the top core of his quarterbacks and running backs performing so well, I don't like anything else. And Aaron Jones is going to return soon, so we'll see how he plays. And if he comes back and plays well, he could move up my rankings. But I mean, right, just as of right now, McCaffrey's bye hasn't hit, Gibbs' bye hasn't hit, Prescott's bye hasn't hit. Packers haven't had their bye yet either, right? Have the Packers been on?
No, they
No,
have
they
week
did.
five,
Okay,
week
that's
five.
that's what I thought. I was gonna say I thought Jacobs
Yeah,
got his
yeah.
bye, but I mean, outside of that, you're looking at a lot of just bye weeks coming up. You're 3-3. You're starting Noah Fant. You're starting AJ Barner. I mean, you have Zay Flowers, but he's a question mark every week in fantasy. Can Sam Darnold keep
Ooh,
up the pace he's at? Who knows? Can Prescott keep up the pace he's at? Who knows? Can McCaffrey avoid the injury bug for the rest of the year? That would shoot your team down to maybe I mean, I don't know if you can go past Damien and Sean, but I mean, a McCaffrey injury right now would be devastating to the culture. But I just think
yo, really, really looking at his team right now. I'm sorry to cut you off, Lawson, like that. I definitely think my power rankings for Matt is off. I have him way higher than maybe what I think he should be.
really, I just think that
Well, not saying his team is bad, but
I'm not saying it's
you're
bad
right. I
either.
didn't
I
even
just think that
realize.
like just with the risk of an injury, he's being middle of the pack. The bye weeks haven't hit yet. I am gonna rank him a little bit lower just for now. But I mean, like if he pulls a win off versus Loudy this week, which is possible, I mean he'll be 4-3. I mean that'll be a good chance, but we'll have to see
Yeah,
if he can
true,
pull off
true.
the
That
win
is
against
true.
Loudy. I mean he's potentially two duds in his lineup right now with Farner and Fant. Gasicki did actually go in the IR. I do know that. So I mean maybe Fant
He did. Yeah,
is a
that is
solid
true.
play now for the next couple of weeks, but he is a Joe Flacco offense now, not Joe Burrow. But I'm gonna move into my.
Joe Flacco's the guy.
He's been playing well. I need T Higgins to do good,
Hmm
so we're gonna move into the 8, which I'm gonna have Creeth, and Creeth's team is just very weird to me. I'm a Marv guy. Obviously, Marv concussed right now. Chancey plays this week still, so I'm not really limiting him because of that injury. I am limiting him on the fact that Kenneth Gainwell is the RB2. David Montgomery is looking more like an RB2 instead of a Sonic Knuckles in that backfield for 5 out of the 6 games this season, beside the one where I needed him to do bad, which is kind of ironic. Diggs, I mean, he hasn't been a standout guy beside for that Buffalo game, which I mean, it feels like that was more like scripted for him than anything else at this point, considering that's an outlier to the rest of his numbers. Charbonnet is getting touches, but he's statistically the worst running back in football right now. But
Yeah,
you've
he's
got to,
tragic right
and
now.
Devonta Smith isn't that good, and you don't have a tight end. So I mean, you've got your good quarterbacks right now, but
Well, he's
again,
got Njoku on the bench. I just realized, what is Njoku out
well,
this week?
the thing with Njoku that scares me going forward is he's hurt right now, more than likely going to be out this week, I believe. And two,
Shocker.
he's like so high in like trade rumors right now for Cleveland. Like that could
I mean, I'm
he
really
could
not
come out of
surprised.
like obviously he's in a great position right now. If he stays with Cleveland past the deadline, there's no concern about trades anymore. But I mean, there's just a lot of
Yeah,
guys on his team overall with in trade rumors. Brees Hall too. I mean, a lot of these guys could end up in better positions, but they could also easily end up in worse positions for them in a couple of weeks with the trade deadline coming up. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
important.
It's
That's
a solid
important to
point.
note. So
Hmm.
I mean, are the Seahawks are already looking? I saw the A Chain rumors today. So is Charbonnet the guy there, or are they slowly gonna maybe move off of him and they're looking for help
Yeah.
elsewhere? I don't know, but right now I just don't really like the long term outlook of Creeth's team, and these power rankings are again a list of where I think kind of teams will be at the end of the season. And I mean, I do think maybe Matt I could have moved a bit higher because his RBs are so good. But I mean, just the depth with the bye weeks, I am going to have him there, and Creeth I'm going to have lower, just because again, I don't know how his team fares come week 14 when the season ends. We are at the halfway point though, so who knows? In my 7 slot, I am going to have Schlegel. Schlegel 4-2, getting his biggest bye week out of the week this week with Josh Allen going against my team, which is pretty banged up. So he is getting kind of a bailout there potentially. But overall, I do like the outlook of Schlegel's team, but I do think there are some question marks. I think you've got George Kittle at tight end. Waddle's been in trade rumors, but I do like Waddle. Mike Evans is going to get a boost for these next couple of weeks, but obviously, when everyone's healthy in that core, it's a three-headed beast in that receiving room. So, is the production going to be there on a consistent basis? I don't know. Scatterbo's looking elite, and so is A Chain. I really, really do like his RB room, but Scatterbo has to give me more than 1 week with Tracy to show he has a full stranglehold on that backfield for me to really start putting him in the ranks of the elite running backs, because the production is up there with the elite running backs, but I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
do want to
definitely.
see him and feel confident that that's his backfield and not be like maybe they're just easing in Tyrone Tracy 1 week. But I do love Cam Scatterbo. I do think that he is the RB1. I don't think anything's going to change, but I do want to see just another good week out of him, or another week, even if it's not good, where he is the true 75%, 70% guy in that backfield. Uh, but beside that, I mean, there's just a bunch of question marks. I mean, Michael Mayer is a weak guy, maybe 2 week guy. Who knows if Bowers is healthy after the bye week? But I mean, he's solid to have now. I don't like Ramondre Stevenson. He's gonna get touches, but in our league, we don't give out rushing attempt points, which is all he's really good for because he doesn't get many yards on those rush attempts. So, and Jordan Addison, I mean, we'll have to see how he performs with JJ McCarthy. I feel like that's a huge question mark going forward.
JJ's not starting this week. It's
You,
gonna be Carson
you
Wentz,
think so? So
100%.
I do like. I mean, I like Addison more here in Wentz as the starter. But I mean, if JJ comes out, has a couple good weeks passing the ball consistently to both of his guys, I mean, I'll like Jordan Addison moving forward. But I do think that again, the main kind of issue I have with a lot of these teams is just depth. I feel in different areas where they're strong and weak. Like obviously, Schlegel's team is a very strong team at tight end and quarterback with Josh Allen, Herbert. You have Kittle at tight end, you have running back too. Uh, but I do think the receiving room and the flexes do get a little bit weak, and the RB depth behind Scatabo and A Chain is a little rough. Uh, but I am going to put Schlegel at 7. In my 6 slot, uh, pulling up his team, I am going to have Jordan's. And I do feel like Jordan's is a bit riskier to have in the 6 slot, but I just it has a lot of guys that I really like going forward for the rest of this fantasy season. I think Brian Thomas is a guy that's going to be able to stand out for the rest of the season. I think he's finally building up some chemistry, getting a little bit more confident, and I like what he can do in that offense. If he's playing like how he should be, he's a top receiver in fantasy. And I think Ted McMillan is slowly turning into an absolute monster in that Carolina offense. He's getting the touchdown looks. I think he's going to start getting more looks per game, trying to give him more touches per game instead of only giving him maybe like 3-4 catches, trying to get him to that like 6-7 catch range where he's a true number one. I love Zach Ertz in the offense. He's just a consistent fantasy guy, and I also love Drake London going forward. I think you've got solid RBs in ETN and JCM. I don't think they're great, but I think they're guys that aren't going to lose you games. And I think, again, in a yards league like this, I think JCM isn't a bad back to have because he will put up yards. And even if it's on not as many carries, I mean, obviously JCM had a bit of a riskier week last week, but he is the RB1 there in Washington going forward, and I like that a lot. And so is Travis Etienne. I mean, I don't think Jacksonville has any idea to trade him going forward, considering how well they're playing football. So I do like the outlook of Travis Etienne, especially with how Bashal Toon hasn't really played well outside of like spurts and a snap here and there where he pops off. But he's going to get Igbuka back in a couple of weeks. I think he's going to make the playoffs pretty well. I think with a full lineup with Caleb and Lamar, get Igbuka back in there, I think his team is really lethal. And if Dobbins is another injury-prone guy, I mean, if Dobbins goes down, RJ Harvey is an elite RB to have. So there's some good depth there, good potential. Kayshon Boutte as well, potentially being a top option in that Patriots offense if that can get consistent to any receiver. But I do really like the outlook of Damien's team this week, and I mean, if he pulls off a win versus Devin, that would be absolutely huge. Moving into my 5 slot, though, I am going to bring Ethan's team into the equation. This is just a team that I think is pretty solid going forward for the rest of the year. I mean, you have Jalen Hurts. Jalen Warren's a very solid player. I love Devontae Adams, whether he's the receiver 1 or the receiver 2, because Matt Stafford is the most QB-friendly quarterback to have as a receiver. Deebo Samuel I really like going forward. I mean, Terry's injury might linger him all season. It might not. Either way, he looks like he's been the one building chemistry with Jaden Daniels, and I don't think that goes away anytime soon. And you do currently have the tight end 1 in football with Trey McBride and the tight end 2 in Jake Ferguson in a tight end premium league. I don't think that can be understated, along with having the RB depth with Tony Pollard. If Pacheco can pop off, that would be huge. You have QB depth with Rodgers. You have Purdy. DJ Moore's a little banged up right now. If Kobe Myers gets traded, which is looking extremely likely, Trey Tucker is potentially the wide receiver 1 for the Las Vegas Raiders, which would be a great turnout for your team. And being at 3-3, I think you have a good matchup this week. I do like the look of Ethan's team going forward for the rest of the year. And is Bucky Irving is as banged up as they say. Rachaad White is going to be a great option going forward. And every week that Bucky's out, and it's looking like one more week that Bucky's out, that's another RB1 to have in your lineup, which is massive. So I really like Ethan's team going forward. In my 4 slot, a team that we bashed on last time with my last guest, and a team we will probably bash on again for the same exact reasoning, Devin. A team with probably a top roster in the league that I refuse to put at the top slot because I think week in and week out he consistently makes the wrong choices with his lineups. I would hate to see Devin start Wan'Dale Robinson. Let alone, actually I lied. I would hate to see Cade Otton hit that starting lineup over T. Higgins tonight, if that's the option. I would hate to see him.
Bro, Jordan Mason.
I was gonna just get into that. Jordan Mason,
Yeah, okay.
like T. Higgins alone is a guy I would rather have over Cade Otton in my starting lineup.
No, 100%. 100%.
Let alone Jordan Mason, the RB1 for the Minnesota Vikings right now.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I hope he
Terry
watches
McLaurin,
this video, and I
probably
hope
not
he puts
playing.
it, because I don't think Jordan Mason is. I don't know why he's just been sitting on his bench all year, but he obviously changed his lineup out. Derrick Henry got moved out. He's on bye this week. He's on the bench now. So this is what Devin thought would cook. So I hope he watches this video and changes things up. I don't know if he'll watch it in time to put T. Higgins in, but you've got time to put Jordan Mason in your lineup and secure a potentially big win against Jordan.
He's got a couple of days.
He does, but we'll see. But I again, the rest of his lineup is good. Vidal was going to be a top play for a long time because who knows what Hampton's going to be like. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks. That could be longer. Dobbins, great back to have. I mean, I did say he's injury prone, but as of right now, he's not hurt. So he's the RB1 for the Broncos, and he's playing at an elite level. So I'd like having J.K. Dobbins. Jettas, beast of a receiver, one of the best receivers in football. Javonte Williams playing at a high rate, one of the most high-octane offenses in football. He's going to get you touchdowns if he doesn't get you the rushing yards. Wandale currently the receiver one. They might bring in a receiver, which will hurt his value, but if they don't, it's a great receiver one to have for the rest of the year. Terry, probably going to be injury prone for the rest of the year, but when he plays, he's a top option in the league. He's a great player to have. And the depth is there with Derrick Henry, T. Higgins, Jordan Mason all sitting on his bench this week for his lineup. And I mean, he's good quarterbacks. Justin Fields has to step it up, but for fantasy wise, I mean, he looks pretty. So hopefully, he doesn't have another dud like he did last week. But overall, I really do like Devin's team. But he just has to start picking some better lineups, and he could be in our 1 or 2 slot potentially. But in our 3, I am gonna have Loudy's team. I think Loudy's team is just very well rounded. It's very strong, even with the Puka injury. He's got good running backs. He's got good receivers. I think his one weak point is quarterback with Geno, JJ, and Tua. But I think that if one of those guys can just even out, he's going to be a solid team, especially having Puka Nacua, which is like the most broken option in fantasy. And then come playoff time, you'll have Amari and Hampton back. So I really do like the look of this team. I think it's got really strong depth. It's got good options all around. There's no real true like dud in his lineup that I see, even with the injuries. So I am gonna have Loudy in my 3. In my 2, a very, very good team that got bailed out by a very, very bad trade by Ethan, picking up Jonathan Taylor. But I am gonna have Fowler in my 2 slot. Potentially one of the strongest teams in the league. Bo Nix, Swift, Taylor, CeeDee, Amon-Ra. I mean, this is one of the strongest top 5s in the league. The depth is there with Tyler Warren and Tucker Kraft and a tight end core along with Lad McConkey. Rico Dowdle's looking like a monster now potentially for him, but who knows if that production keeps up because the depth is looking a little thin. A couple guys on the bench that look like enticing options, but not too enticing. And obviously the big glaring hole is QB2 with Bryce Young, which really is the big differentiator when I decide between this team and my number 1 team, Ant, because obviously Ant on the call right now. He has the RB1, he's got Bijan. He's got the wide receiver 1, potentially even over Puka in JSN. 2 strong quarterbacks compared to the 1. A strong other receiver in Rashee Rice is similar to him. The tight end court isn't really there, but I mean, I like Sutton. I like Judy. James Cook is a flex is absolutely fantastic. Ricky Pearsall sitting there on the bench. Aronde Gatson is a sleeper tight end option going forward for the rest of the year, sitting on his bench. That could take over for Hockenson if Hockenson isn't playing well. And he's got Daniel Jones as his QB3. So I can assume that, I'm not going to get him to say anything, but I assume that at one point this season we'll see a trade in the works with one of his quarterbacks, considering he doesn't need 3 top 15 quarterbacks. That will help out the rest of his lineup. But when you look at Ant's team and you look at Fowler's team, I see Bryce Young and then Chase Brown really as the 2 glaring holes in both those lineups. And I would rather have Chase Brown as my glaring hole over Bryce Young as my glaring hole. So that's why I personally have Ant's team over his. But we are going to hand the floor over to Ant and his power rankings, obviously, now on the screen right up here. So, Ant, take the floor.
Definitely way different than yours. Now, kind of looking back on it, I didn't put too much time into it.
Me neither.
I would make swaps.
We both did these right before the video, by the way. So, I mean, personally, if I could redo mine, I think I may have moved Nats a little bit higher. But
well, I would.
Again, I'll leave it at.
I would probably move Jordan higher, but whatever. I'm gonna just keep it at that. So I'm not gonna go deep into Sean and Damian at my 12 and 11 because you basically said everything. They're just injured, and Sean's team is just unfortunate. You know, I have Joe Burrow in a super flex league, and I'm not looking too hot in that league right now. It's looking tragic. And for Damian, just like what Lawson said, just unfortunate, you know, just Trey Benson, Cedric Tillman, just all your boys going down. I got Tyrone Tracy losing his job. There's just really not much. Chuba Hubbard, you know. Yeah, right, bro. Who knows about that guy? Like, I have Chuba too in that league I'm struggling in. So, you know, it's just unfortunate. So I'll move on to my 10 where I have Jordan. I think it's just because you were so high once and then like your team is just not performing. So I'm kind of taking that into account. I do really like now Drake London and Michael Penix. I wasn't too high on them, but after watching the game against Buffalo and realizing that's all he throws to, it's kind of like he's definitely your best wide receiver in that
Literally all
bunch.
he threw to is either that or
Yeah,
Beasley.
yeah, exactly. And the occasional Kyle Pitts. Again, I won't get too big into it. Like, I'm not the biggest Bill fan. I don't think he's that good. Travis Etienne's solid, but you just really have no depth for running back outside of that. I mean, you have RJ Harvey, but as we said, J.K. Dobbins is kind of that guy. And then you lost James Conner, which is just unfortunate.
Yeah, that is lethal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got Lamar out too, so it's just like your team's good, and I definitely wouldn't put you at 10, but for the sake of time, you're at 10 this week. And hey, actually, moving on to Devin, so it's the matchup right here. Like, we got the
The
four bottom
four,
teams for my
yeah,
power
wow.
rankings. Yeah, yo, head to head. And Devin, again, I really do like Devin's team. I think Laudy said it the best. He's really his own worst enemy. Like, he just never sets his lineup, and he's the reason why. Yo, Lawson, you got
I
somebody in
am.
your
I do
background.
have a.
You got a visitor.
Are you here?
I am.
Who are you on with?
It's Nate.
Is that Nate?
Yeah.
Yo, I was about to say, yo, I could hear that voice.
Oh, you're making your YouTube video?
Yeah.
I watched a little bit over the amp. I just did my exhaust, so I stopped by.
Oh yeah, word. What's up?
Wait, I'm just
Yo,
waiting.
what up, Nate?
Nothing. I was just gonna say what's up.
Yeah, word. All right, I'm gonna head back to this.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Funny
Seeing my roommate. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah, seeing my
I'm leaving that
roommate
the video,
in
but-
your
Put it
house.
in the video?
Yeah, I'm keeping that in the video, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
I was just about to say that too.
yeah.
funny.
That's actually funny.
All right,
But no.
back to you.
Like, yeah, going back to Devin's team. Devin's team is definitely solid. I just can't rank him higher just because he doesn't manage it well. I think though he can be Damien or be Jordan this week.
I give him the benefit
He
of the
just needs
doubt with
to-
how good his lineup is.
Yeah.
but you're right.
Yeah,
he
like,
should be lower because of how
swap it.
bad he manages his team.
Yeah, he's got to swap out Terry with Wandale because Terry's not going to play this week. Take out Terry and play both T. Higgins and Jordan Mason for Terry McLaurin, Kate Otten.
Well, he's gonna
That's
be too,
what
he's
I
gonna
would
be
do.
too late to the T Higgins play. He's a bot.
Yeah, I know. Which again, like,
he's a bot.
that's
bro,
why
at
he's
this
number
point.
9 right now. Yeah, yeah. It's like, whatever. All right, and then moving on to my next slot, I have Schlegel. Let's pull up Schlegel's squad right here. Yeah, I don't hate Schlegel's squad. I'm a huge Jordan Addison fan. Really like him, and you got Michael Mayer for a couple of weeks. Only problem right now is you're lacking a quarterback, and it's kind of hard to really win a week, even against Lawson's banged up team. Without having a second quarterback, it really does get tough to pull out much
He
needed
does have
wins.
Josh Allen though coming back.
No, yeah, I know, but it's also
you're
like
right. No
power rankings for this
quarterback
week.
is- yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's a solid team. He just is really like for this week specifically. He's lacking the depth.
There's no
And-
QB2, that's tough.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I got to put him at the 8. Moving on to 7, I'm gonna go with the Creed squad.
I think you're one number
Pull this
behind
up.
because you
am I?
Schlegel 7, Creed 6. You're on 6 right now.
I'm on 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. My numbers are off. All right, so 6. I have Creed squad. I don't really have much to say about it.
It's just
I think
mid.
you're like slap.
It's just-
Yeah. It's like slap in the middle. Feel like this is like your perfect spot.
Mhm.
I was never really the highest or like the highest on Marv going into the season, and I never really liked a Brees Hall. And those are just two guys that I always plan to stay away from, and like he has them. So it's a solid squad. I mean, like you're not going to be 4-2 without like somewhat of a decent team.
His only other top 15 player beside Patrick Mahomes, who's the QB1, is David Montgomery, who is only top 15 because of that 140-point game, pretty much. So.
Oh yeah, I see. But David Montgomery is supposed to get more touches. That's what
I heard that, but
that's what they're saying.
of course, you know what? You got to see it happen first.
No, of course. So then moving on to my next one is Matt. And I said earlier in the video that I definitely would have moved him down. And I definitely still stand by that because I didn't notice the double tight end start with the Noah Fant and AJ Barner. Don't really think that that's good, but you got Zay Flowers though and Keon Coleman to like even that out. His team is just like all right. Yeah, I just really like his triple running backs. think that's strong enough to really win people weeks. And he's got Dak and Sam Darnold, quarterback 4 and 11. It's like you got three strong quarterbacks. Three strong running backs and two strong quarterbacks. You're going to be good. I don't really have much else to say. So moving on to my next one is going to be Albright. I think he's just got a solid squad all around. Looking like you said, with his tight ends with Jake Ferguson and Trey
I
McBride.
think we both had him in our 4.
Yeah. It's like I'm pretty sure then our tops are going to remain the same. Maybe. I think actually I just swapped my 1 and 2. But his team is just solid. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, solid quarterbacks. It's just, once maybe Bucky Irving comes back, you have that little question at your running back too, because Tony Pollard's mid, but he's serviceable for a flex. And Pacheco, I'm hearing better things about Pacheco, so hopefully he'll start getting the load.
Hopefully.
But I don't know. I mean, he also doesn't get goal line carries though, because that gets taken by Kareem Hunt. So he's very on a week to week basis. I would say some weeks I feel like he'll do really good, some weeks not so well.
No, definitely.
All right, next I have Loudy. Like you said before, his team is going to be solid, especially with Puka Nacua back. It's just unfortunate he's out. Having losing your wide receiver one's never fun.
Never.
And it's obviously a big hit. But I think he could still manage again, stay Negro this week. He's 4-2 for a reason. His team has grit. I know he talks to them, has good conversations. He'll be good.
He just has that 10-10 vibe to him, Something about being a house owner at 10-10 has led you to a good record this year.
Yeah, rubs off well on the players. Just sucks that he lost Omari and Hampton, but you know what?
I know Omari wants to get back on the field for him,
Exactly,
he's going to put in the work to get back on the field for Loudy.
Bro, sources were saying Omari's been telling Loudy, I'm sorry, man. Just give me a couple of weeks. I'll be back.
No, I would if I was Omari. And
right.
Loudy gave you a chance to be on his team, and he gave you a starting role. He put faith in you, and this is how you repaid him. I would be sorry, Omari, and I would work my ass off to get back on the field.
Exactly. But that brings me into my number 2, which is you, Lawson. I don't really have to go much into your team. It's not as good as it is right now, just because you have players injured, like Bucky Irving, which is obviously unfortunate, and you don't have his cuff, and along with Garrett Wilson, who won't be playing this week. Yeah, but I think you'll have what it takes to take over Schlegel's team. But I do really like your team a lot. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, you know what? I'd be scared to go up against that team. And that's just how I feel. Especially,
you're my number one team, so if I'm hearing that, I'm gonna
yeah. For really, I can't put you above Fowler just because you hurt players, but I do think, on paper, though, if we're taking into account everybody, I would probably even maybe say you could have a better team than me.
That's fair.
Yeah. And also, bro, Ayuk and Brendan Strange, too, out. It's once Ayuk comes back, but, he's still kind of questionable. But if he does,
I actually don't, when I look at, my team at this point, I've kind of, not envisioned Ayuk into the equation. Because I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, he's just name value, though. So, he's so scary to own.
He's a culture guy, bro. He's always been my guy. I've been an Ayuk guy forever.
Yeah, right.
Big for the culture.
Exactly. Out of what, Arizona State or whatever, he's just a dog.
ASU, which is 85.
Yeah, exactly. And Brendan Strange, dog. But
strange guy.
That brings me in. Yeah, exactly. That brings me into my number 1 squad, and that's going to be my competition this week in Connor Fowler. There's just not really much to say about his team. Objectively, he just has a good team. His downside is his shitty depth. Aside from Harold Fannin, he only really has tight end depth. He's got no other quarterback, banking on a Shedeur Sanders start, which could happen.
It could happen.
Don't want to rule that out, but he's just got a good team. Rico Dowdle legacy runs really helping out his flexes. Ladd McConkey had that solid week, so I'm hoping he's staying inconsistent, and we'll play bad against me.
Putting him in the conversation to win that $25 for.
Yeah, I know. The thing is that
last week.
Yeah, I kind of want Rico Dowdle to pop off again this week, though. It's care more about winning in my other league than I do in
Yeah,
this one, just
yeah,
because I'm,
honestly.
like I can afford a loss in this league,
Fowler has
not in the
taken the
other one.
points for lead in this league. Me and
I
you are
know, I know. He
almost
topped
dead
me.
even.
Yeah, I think I have like 5 more points or something
You
than
have
you.
8 points more than me.
Yeah, like exactly. It's
That's
insane.
crazy.
But yo, no, like Fowler, like yo, Amon-Ra, CD Lamb, like, again, Lad's just been inconsistent. He's just got a good team all around, and
Yeah,
the Jonathan
potential.
Taylor, yeah, it's just like you really can't get much better than that. It's congratulations, Fowler. You have a good squad.
All right, let's move into our 6 games of the week with our first game going to be me versus Schlegel. So just quick little recap on the matchups, and we'll both give our predictions. So, Ant, I'm not going to predict this one. What do you think's going to happen?
I think you're gonna win this week. I just, I'm not sure how I feel about Tua going into Cleveland because he's got, his two main guys in Devon
Mm-hmm.
Achane and Jalen Waddle. And it's really like if them two have a good game, he'll probably beat you. But if they don't, then you'll probably win. And I just think that they're not going to have a good game, and they won't give him the edge that he needs, especially too because he's lacking a tight end. I mean, not a tight end, a second quarterback. He's got George Kittle on that slot instead. It's
Yeah.
it's just not going to be enough.
I wouldn't say I would agree with you. I do think I would take the matchup if I was predicting it. I mean, my weak point this week would be
Yeah,
M. Knight, which isn't easy.
yeah, exactly.
He,
That's
he,
kind of
he
like
could find the end zone potentially.
yeah, and like I don't want to say that he and Schlegel really has any like weak points. I guess you could say like Ramondre, but
I
I
just don't
mean
think
it,
you have
like
any
it's a
scoring
flex. But
points.
yeah, like exactly that too. It's just that I don't think the quality is as good as your quality.
That's fair. All right, we're gonna move
Hmm.
into our second game, which is going to be Devin versus Jordan. Uh, this one, last game we'll probably give that one me and Schley. We'll throw that at like minus like 110 odds, like pretty even odds. About we'll give myself a minus one and
Yeah,
a half point spread there. A very close matchup. Pretty much
like
double your
I would
money
probably say
wherever you
like
pick.
minus 130 for you. Like
Okay, yeah,
I would
we'll
give
give it like a
yourself like
minus
yeah
120 plus
like a
110
little
for
edge.
Schlegel.
Yeah,
Lines
give
for
yourself a little edge.
Jordan and Devin. The books got him at plus 200 for Jordan, about minus 210 for Devin, with about a 6.5 point spread in favor of Devin.
Yeah, but that's if Devin plays the right guys. Like you can see some line shifting
This
happening
is
if
this is
Devin
with
plays
the
the right
current
guys.
outlook
Yeah,
of Devin's team. That's what the books have. Obviously, the books can
like I don't
change.
even know, bro. Like, like even though he's proged higher, I
I
like Jordan's team better than Devin's
I
until
think
Devin makes changes.
I think if Devin, well, obviously Terry's not going to play, so I mean, he's not going to be able to start T in time because I don't think he's going to put T in his lineup at this point. So he's probably going to
Yeah,
start
and then
what Jordan Mason, Travis Hunter over Otten and McLaurin. That's if he starts Jordan Mason.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly that too.
I'm
And
just
that's
gonna
even if he takes
side.
on
I'm
Terry
gonna side
McLaurin.
with what everything has been going on this season. I'm gonna say Jordan pulls out the win off of bad Devin management.
That's what I'm gonna say too. Like I don't think Devin changes his team,
Devin has to show me he can be a
and
good manager before I can stop voting
it's like
against him as him as a bad manager.
the only thing that scares me about Jordan's team right now is the fact that Drake London had such a good week last week, and I just don't think in San Francisco he's going to be as good as he was. But I honestly hope I'm getting proved wrong
He put
because
up
I would
31
love to
points
see.
last week. I don't think he replicates that. Does he put up a 20? I don't think that's out of the equation though.
Yeah, true that. You know what? That's very solid.
It's all really on
But
if he finds the end zone or not, which is what a lot of fantasy is like.
yeah, I guess that
I
is
could see
true.
him still getting 6 catches and set for 70 yards, 60 yards at bare minimum.
Yeah, no, like you're right. But also though, Ted McMillan's really the like I guess maybe the main scare because
Sauce,
playing
yeah,
at the
definitely.
Jets, yeah, and like not even like Sauce because Sauce has
You
been
just
doing the
don't want to play
hottest.
in MetLife in general.
Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like the Jets maybe actually win that game.
I could see
I
that.
love the Panthers, but I'm getting a hunch that Justin Fields is going to get his first win as a Jet,
I am gonna side with my gut though.
which
I'm
is
just
good
gonna
for
say,
Devin.
yeah,
Which is good for
definitely.
Devin, I guess.
I do think I'm gonna rock with my gut, and I'm gonna say Jordan as the upset here.
You know what? Actually, I want some variants. I'm gonna take
Okay,
Devin now.
go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
I'm gonna change my answer.
Go for it. I'm gonna rock with
All
Jordan.
right, Devin. I'm gonna personally text you to change your lineup now. So
Go,
beware.
yo. You should. You honestly should be like Devin.
Yeah,
Put
well,
in T
no, I
Higgins
mean
for
I
me.
have to. I now have stock in on Devin. I'm gonna tell him take out Terry, take out Kid and put in T Higgins
Uh, the next
and Jordan
matchup
Mason.
we are gonna have though is, but yeah, we are gonna have Loudy and Matt. Obviously, the last special guest we had, Loudy's been looking forward to this video, but the odds are not in his favor. The books plus 350, minus 375 for Matt. The
Yeah,
the
this is looking
spread
kind
the
of.
spread is a
Ooh,
16 and a half point spread right now.
yikes, laddie. It's just unlucky.
Loudy's
You got
looking
injured
rough.
guys.
Even with Matt's weak points, Loudy has some weak points.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm not gonna lie to you. Give me the upset again.
you taking Loudy?
Plus 350. Give me Loudy. I like his team, honestly. I think Pittman has a bounce back week. I mean, Gino probably throws the ball more than normal against Kansas City. Uh,
The thing though
if
is that like,
JJ doesn't play, I mean, he does start two. I mean, either way, I think that's like a
but
mid
like I
Q.
don't like two against the
I think it's a
Browns
mid
though.
QB
Like
play.
I don't know.
I do like Saquon though.
Yeah.
I do like K9. I do like DK a lot tonight.
Yeah, but Saquon's be playing like shit though. But like you know what? He's going up against the
He's
Vikings, and it's
due,
always people.
bro. He's
Bro, people
due.
always get their bounce back games against us. Like DK Metcalf with
That's why I
his
like
bounce
Scat
back
this week in
game.
fantasy, bro. Everyone's like, oh, like the Giants or like Broncos defense, like, bro, Broncos defense usually just somehow sucks against running backs. Like, well, I think Scat could have a good game, but I mean, I do
Well,
think
we'll see. We'll
everybody
see.
on like Loudy's team is almost primed for a big game. I mean, Olave, I could see having a big game. Kelsey, Pittman,
No, I
Metcalf,
hope not. It's,
and
it's going to be a Shaheed week instead.
it could be. I also like Dalton Schultz a lot
No,
this
no,
week.
it will be.
And when I look at Matt's team, obviously Barner's a question mark, Fant's a question mark. I think it's a bit understated how much Malik Washington and Matthew Golden are question marks at his receiving core.
I like a Matthew Golden, Malik Washington. I could take. I
That's fair.
completely get, but
I do
I
think
like
that he
I do
has
like
some
Matthew
holes in his
Golden this
lineup.
week.
I do think that if McCaffrey, Gibbs, and Jacobs, if one of them doesn't perform up to standard, I do think that Loudy can take this matchup. So
I think Matt's got to trade away Josh Jacobs or one of his running backs to get some depth.
I do agree with that.
Maybe
I mean, I've been
yeah,
trying to trade
maybe
for
like
Josh
the dude.
Jacobs for a while, but my depth kind of shot the bed on me, so I don't know if I'll
Yeah,
be
I threw
able.
out. I mean, like, I didn't throw out an offer, but like I just asked if he was available, but I never pursued. You know what,
What
Matt? Maybe I might. We'll see.
what are you predicting for this game though? Matt or Loudy?
I'm gonna take Matt this week. I still think Matt wins. I just think, like I said, his three running backs and his two quarterbacks could really just be enough to take it. And he's got Dallas Goddard too. Dallas Goddard's what,
Goddard's a
like a
dog.
tight end, like
Goddard's a
five
dog.
right now or something.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
he's good. Like as long as he's got Barner, Fant, and Malik Washington, who I'm not personally a big fan of. But like Loudy's got some dudes they're more consistent, but their potential to butt or boom, I mean, isn't as high as the dudes that I like on Matt's team.
That's fair. Moving into our fourth matchup though, the Battle of the Shitters, previously mentioned earlier in this video. We're gonna have Sean versus Damien. They've been looking forward to this one. I know.
Yeah, I'm liking this week a lot actually.
If we had a punishment, they'd be shitting their pants for this one. But we haven't installed a
Yeah,
punishment for
well,
this.
this would really determine it actually.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
probably.
they'll play each other week 14, right? Like, don't they?
Maybe.
Because this is week 7. Would they play each other again?
I think they do actually.
Oh no, maybe not
No, I
actually.
think
No,
they
maybe
do
not.
because like me and Riley literally play each other week 7 and week. No, we play week 13.
No.
It wouldn't.
Yeah, they don't. They don't because there's more than
Um,
7 teams in the league.
do you hear Nate right
Is
now?
that Nate? Yeah, I was about to say.
That is Nate.
Yeah, he got his new exhaust,
We'll
so
leave
he's
that
probably
one. We'll leave that one in the
excited.
video too. Everybody, Nate just got a new
Yeah,
exhaust.
yeah. So
uh,
he's gonna.
Baker, Chuba, Kamaro, June Bourne. I mean, I
I'm gonna just say
I'm gonna say
Davian wins this
Damian.
one. Like I
Yeah.
don't even. Yeah, I don't really have much input, but
I
like
think Sean's team is just so
he's got
shit.
dudes like QJ. He's got dudes like Rome,
Drake
and
May and
like
Baker.
the
He's got
only
Drake May
dude.
and Baker, bro. I think that's enough.
You know, oh, yo, yeah, Drake May and Baker too, compared to T-Law and Rattler. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Give me Damian. Give me Damian. Yeah, and he covers the
Only dude
spread.
I
Fucking
really,
30 point
yeah,
spread. He
right.
covers.
Bro, only dude I really like is Kyron Williams. You know,
I will say this is
I've been
probably
trying to.
a Damian minus 170. Sean about plus 170. We'll give it like an 8 point spread.
Like, I don't even know, man. Like, this is like the 1-5 Bills, or no, or what am I saying? The 1-5 Ravens, or whatever.
Yeah, right? Like,
Playing
this team
like,
really isn't that bad, especially
yeah,
when Benson and
no,
Bowers come back, bro. Like, this team's good.
yeah, I like him. I like his
The
team a
one weak
lot.
point would be his last flex, which you can work around. I mean,
Yeah,
we
whatever.
have to remember, you got screwed over with B-Rob and Tracy.
I know exactly. Like,
And the
like
team
you
is
could
still
still
this
throw in
good, and
Tracy.
Loveland isn't
I'm sure
performing.
Tracy would be.
And
Yeah,
he's
I
got the
mean, he
backup
got the
quarterback
Loveland,
in Dylan
Laporta.
Gabriel, so
Yeah, and he's got Brock Bowers too. Well, Dylan Gabriel is dog shit. He's gonna get benched
he will.
for Deshaun Watson.
I do think Watson comes
Telling
back.
you, yeah, Deshaun Watson's gonna be the guy. He have to. He's got one more year left in his contract. Might as well.
Yeah, right, why not? All right, we're going to move into your matchup now, into that fifth slot. It's going to be you versus Fowler, which, even though the projections don't say it, this is my game of the week. Obviously, we have our 5-1 number 1 seed versus our 4-2 number 2 seed. Power rankings could really shake up after this one. But the team I am... Ooh, I mean, I want to... obviously, it's my number 1 in the power rankings. I really like his team, but...
I'm like leaning forward. I'm nervous.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. No James Cook this week compared to a completely healthy
Yeah, it's
Fowler
tough.
team. It's tough.
It's tough.
It definitely
Yeah,
is tough.
I don't even think I would this week personally. Like
I'm gonna,
that's my
I
take.
am gonna have to say. I mean, it's like probably a 10 point spread. I mean, we're probably like plus 185 right now, plus 190. Like maybe even like up
Yeah,
to a 12 point spread. I do think I am gonna have to lean towards Fowler though,
Fowler.
and that's merely just because honestly, like Rico Dowdle has been so good that I think he's gonna put up another massive week. Honestly. Like
Bro,
I
honestly,
really could
I
see
hope
that,
he
and I
does.
think obviously having CeeDee Lamb back this week, I'm just not. I'm not gonna bet against it. I'm just gonna take Fowler.
Yeah,
As much as
CeeDee
I
Lamb's
want to pick
confirmed
you,
back
man,
this
you're on
week.
the podcast. You took the time to hop out today to join the video.
No, that's
I
okay.
can't say you win.
That's okay. I would prefer honesty. I wouldn't want my host to lie to me.
All right, we're
Yeah,
gonna move
but
into that. What's up?
if I can make a quick comment,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like though if Rasheed Rice has a 20-point game, comes back and dogs out,
I feel
I
I
definitely
didn't
think I
even
could
say
top
that. I mean,
Tyler.
obviously you see CD coming back.
Yeah,
You do have Rashid coming back though. Huge.
but I say yeah, getting him from Schlegel. Thank you, Schlegel. I think as long as he has a good game, I could potentially pull one out.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. You definitely could win. Don't get me wrong. You definitely could win. I do think. I mean, like I think there's a little bit more bust potential with a Hawkinson, Jerry Judy, Shaheed,
Yeah,
and
no,
Chase Brown than there is with
definitely
like
with my flexes
Rico,
for sure.
Bryce Young, Lad McConkey, Tucker Craft. I'm just
No,
gonna
hundred
lean with a little
percent,
bit more of the safer play this week. I do think there's a lot of upset potential with this one though, compared to some of the other matchups. I
definitely.
do like the upset potential with you.
Mm.
We are gonna move into our sixth game. Ethan versus Creeth. Uh, one of the more interesting matchups, considering this is just kind of like a middle of the pack, like who's more mid off. Uh, I am.
Yeah, I think.
Do you want to take the lead here with this one?
Yeah, um, maybe taking the lead. I'm gonna just say Albright wins. I've never really liked Creed's team. Sorry, Creed, just to say it like that. I don't know. It's just I feel like Albright's just having Trey McBride and Jake Ferguson. It's really just tough to go up against that, like on a week
Yeah.
to week basis. And I just think that they're both going to have monster games. Against Green Bay, home against Green Bay, then home against Washington, divisional rival. It's just that I feel like they're going to feast and think that's just going to be enough. Like I don't really like Diggs at Tennessee. Like Tennessee's defense is just gritty. Yeah, like Montgomery, like he's going to get the touches, but I just don't think it's. I think Jake Ferguson outscores him. It's just not going to be
I
a
can see
good
that
one.
happening. 100%.
Yeah, I just think though, like everywhere, Albright's team just kind of overpowers
I agree with you
Creed's team.
in everything you said. I mean, the tight end advantage is absolutely massive from McBride and
Yeah.
Ferguson to Chico Conquo. I think what also can't really be understated is, I mean, he's going to have Rashad White again this week compared to Kenneth Gainwell when
Yeah,
Jordan
right,
Warren is
exactly.
coming back. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm just going to just rock with you on this. Keep it easy. I'm going to go Albright. We'll throw this one similar to what we had other ones, about like a plus 200, minus 200, 15-point spread.
yeah. Like I said, it sounds about right. I mean, it's also Creed's getting no Marv, which is like
Yeah,
kind of a must.
I think even with Marv, you're taking
No,
out
like-
Marv for Sharp or Diggs. It's not
Yeah,
changing
yeah.
much for me.
Yeah, and then like Albright's even got the DJ Moore play if he wants that.
I don't think DJ's playing this week. He's got that like testicle injury.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He's got he does have a testicle injury.
Yeah,
Completely forgot about that.
testicular.
But still, I
torsion,
mean, like,
think they're saying it
yeah.
is, but they're like
Oof.
they don't want to come out and say that because it's like a little weird to come out and say.
Yeah,
that.
like bro, any dude that's getting a
Yeah, right. Like if
testicular
I'm DJ,
injury,
I don't
it's
really
like-
want that in the news. Like
yeah,
that'd be
so
so
that guy's a
meme-worthy.
fucking that guy's a bitch. Like stuff like
Oh, he went to
that.
the hospital for his testicles, bro.
Yeah, wow, like, what a bitch. But prayers to DJ Moore. Like
Yeah.
like
Shout out
even though I'm a
DJ.
Vikings
Good
fan.
guy right there. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Former
No guy
Panther.
wants to lose a testicle. Yeah,
Yeah.
true that.
Yeah, no. Shout out to DJ's testicles, man. Hopefully they're good.
Yeah, hopefully it's not the left one because the left one's more important.
I say
Factual
we're
right
gonna end the video right there, though. Big shout out to DJ and his contributions to the world. But
Thank you,
everybody,
DJ.
thank you for watching the video. I will see you guys next week for week 8. We're gonna have some mid-season awards for a couple things. Not gonna spoil much. I mean, you're obviously gonna see the basics.
Dang, some superlatives.
Well, yes,
Ooh.
you're gonna see like an MVP, GM of the
Oh,
GM
yeah?
of the mid-season so far. We'll see a couple nice things, but
Okay,
be
so
on the
not
tune
Devin.
for week 8. Yeah, worst GM of the year. I mean, I might just have to.
Yeah,
I might have
yeah,
to make
worst GM
that
of the
for
year.
Devin alone, just because of the
Yeah.
2-4 being that team. Despicable without injuries.
I was about to say, yeah.
The injuries have
I'm still gonna
favored
send him
him.
that text message.
Like, but
Yeah, right, exactly.
all right, everybody. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.